That's a problem. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, I think we are on and ready to go here. So, greetings. It is. I'm not even on camera. Greetings. It's late. It's late Sunday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. I wanted to get to this earlier, but I didn't. Instead, what I did was I threw together 4 extra custom characters here in our into our Magic Realm um, bucket, as it were. And so that's what I'm doing. We got 4 custom characters. We have the Barrow Wight, the Goblin, the Thief, and the Warlock. Uh, with the only issue being, I didn't get them chits, so that's my fault. So, welcome everybody. We got 4 characters. Like I said, new. Um, they're custom characters. I copy and pasted a bunch of crap from Realmspeak, and so I do appreciate that the work that those guys did with the custom characters, and that's what we're going to play through tonight. We're going to at least, my goal here tonight at least, is to set up, get some done, maybe talk to a folk or two that comes in, and just hang out with y'all here on this Sunday before Memorial Day. So that's sort of where I'm at, and that's what we're doing. So we got, so for the Goblin, I mean, we'll just do the Black Knight, I suppose, right? It's an easy Goblin. So the Barrow Wight is pretty much, to be honest, he is pretty much strikes me as a medium fighter with a couple spells. I don't love where he ended up, and I think maybe there's maybe there just was a mistake. I don't know. I hate the brightness on these cards. There's got to be there's something with the lighting. I haven't figured it out, but it doesn't look like this until I import it. So he has Type 5, Type 6, and or Type 7. Now, Type 7 is the charms. It's the, it's blessings, which just strikes me as odd as opposed to Type 8. In addition, there really aren't many good uses for his Type 6 chit with the spells, and even with custom spells, he just doesn't have very many good uses for a Type 6 chit. In fact, if you look through those spells, I'm not sure there's any that take black magic. So he can only create black. I just don't like that Type 6 in there. I would almost do Type 5 and Type 8. Type 5, Type 7, Type 8. If you wanted to give him Type 7 for some reason, a blessing or whatever, that's fine. So, I don't know. I don't know what the intent is, obviously. But we're going to play it as written, of course. I'm not going to change anything up. We'll see how it goes and see how it plays as designed. And I'm all for that. And even if it's, even if it's not perfect, whatever. I mean, these are homebrew characters or whatever, and we, there's always room for improvement on stuff like that. So we'll be the Amazon for the Thief here. And then finally our Warlock. I mean, we're going to just make it the Witch just because. And there you go. So we've got our chits for our characters here. And I always put one there just to make sure I vaguely remember who's who. And let's expand those a little bit. There we go. dump them in. Make sure that the bag order is set to random. There you go. Okay. So, the Barrow Wight, who's played by the Witch King here, starts at the inn or the ghost. So we'll start at the ghost, just because. The Goblin starts at the inn or the ghost. That's a good question, actually. What is better for him? The inn is up north here. And I'm going to just flatten the map out a little bit with the camera angle there. So the inn's up here, and that'll get us to the deep woods pretty quickly. I think I'm going to start at the inn. I think it's well, I mean, you could go straight to the borderland. If you started at the ghost, you go straight to the borderland, into the caves. Goblins are better in caves, as is the Barrow way, by the way. The other way to go would be this way. I think we're going to go with the inn. And I will do, so this is Barrow Wight. And this is Goblin. Goblin. Done. This is the thief. The thief starts at the inn, I'm pretty sure. But let's just make sure here. Thief starts at the inn. And then finally, the Warlock starts where? In guard or ghost? Keep in mind, one disadvantage that the Warlock has is that he was obviously made for the expansion, and thus all this crap is expansion. So Dragonmen and Merker don't exist, so he's a little bit of a disadvantage. He has no friends or allies out in the base game. In guard or ghost? Well, I'm going to start away from everybody else near the ruin. And I'm going to start at the guard. Done. So those are our characters. That's our starting positions. For the Barrow Wight, I took the spells Avoid Danger and Control Bats. Now, what I don't like is this type 6 chit is sort of useless now. There's just no use for it. These are both type 7 spells, so we're going to have to rest this thing a lot if we want to cast. I just thought Avoid Danger was sort of there's not a lot of options given those numbers. So, given those magic types. So, Control Bats is always a good one. It's also a little Warlocky, so I like it. Or Barrow Whitey, right? And there you go. And I do have a little reminders card because they're all sort of vague, very new characters. The Goblin. Axe, he can do heavy star damage with the axe with these chits. His main benefit is he's got his buddies here, and his buddies aren't great, but they can dodge tank with the type 3 move, and this guy can do tremendous damage. That's pretty good. Done. The thief runs from everything. You can see she has very few fight chits, a lot of move chits. She's gonna hide. She's going to loot. She loots 1 die, so that's going to get her some treasure, hopefully. And that's going to dictate what she finds is going to dictate her playstyle. For the Warlock, I mean, he has a nice spread of chits. He has type 2s, he has type 4s, he has type 5. I screwed this one up. Okay, custom, bottom image, purple, cloud, purple, done. Okay, import. So now that's purple. There you go. Right? That one's done correctly, and that one's black. Those are done correctly. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to play Melt into Mist. So we're going to melt into Mist. We're going to play... We have a type 8 for Guide Spider or Octopus. And we have Melt into Mist and Drain Life for any single thing that we need to kill. And that's sort of how he's going to play it. We didn't go, we went semi-traditional. I think Melt into Mist is a good choice for our guy. We only have 2 move chits. You could do a lot of things with his layout of spells, his magic types and so on. You could do quite a bit of stuff, but I thought it would be best to have an escape, and so we can use his purple chits entirely to escape by casting Meld into Mist day 1. So his purple chits are just escape chits, and we just use them like that. In the meantime, he's going to use gray to enchant stuff in tiles if he needs to, and he'll use his single black chit with a time 3 to kill a tremendous creature if he runs into it. Done. Those are sort of vague strategy on everybody, and let's get our quest cards and event cards going. So everybody gets 4. So we made a couple quick change. We made one change, really. I shouldn't say a couple. We made one major change to the format, and I'm gonna make, and I was gonna do a slightly different thing also, right? Would be so goal is 12 VP, first to 12 wins. I made that change because in the other games we were getting to 10 in 2.5 to 3 weeks on a good night. So you can get to. So you're going to have to go to 12, and that's really where I'm at. So we're going to try that and see how that goes. If it sucks or drags us out, then we'll have to figure that one out. So there we go. We got Plant Your Flag, and Enchanter, which we can't do, and Spider Slayer, which we can do. So I think we'll take Plant Flag. We're going to ditch Enchanter because we cannot enchant any tiles. We do not have paired chits. So we're going to ditch Enchanter, and we're going to draw our card there, Locksmith. I don't necessarily like that. Oh, that's fine. So we have to keep it anyway. So Plant Flag. We have Spider Slayer. And finally, so we do need to roll on some of these. Plant Your Flag goes to a random clearing. Plant Flag is 9/4 Mountain 4. So I'm going to take this, go to the mountain. Where the hell's the mountain? Where is the mountain? 4, Mountain 4. So that's actually not a bad one for the Barrow Wight. He is close-ish. Let me flip that. And then the Locksmith is in the high pass in what, a random clearing. So he has another one of these where he has to roll. Looks like he's going to roll a 5. So we go to high pass 5. That's there. And I've copied a die, which is okay. How do I feel about high pass 5? Not bad, because you can just go through Borderlands here, up through the Deep Woods, and then kick over through the high pass. So both of those are very reachable goals. So there you go. So here's Locksmith in high pass 5. He has Plant Flag, Mountain 4, and then Slay a Spider. He is done. He's got his quests for the start of the game. Our Goblin has Mountain Pilgrim, which is to end a phase in each of the following tiles. Oh, I'm going to do one thing before I go here. Hold on. I'm going to set up my camera. So my camera, I typically want to be able to see all that stuff done. So we'll come down here now to the Goblin. Set up his camera also. So he has Mountain Pilgrim, which is end of phase in the mountain ledges and cliff. Pretty much any of those those tiles. So the question really comes down to, where are the mountains, where are the ledges, where are the cliffs? So cliff is here, mountains here, ledges are here. So mountain and ledges are sort of a no-brainer. And frankly, the cliff is not terrible either. So I'm going to keep that one for sure. We have goblins in peril. Choose any group of goblins in a tile with one other group of monsters. Slay the other monsters, and then you're friends with goblins. So that's sort of fun in a weird way. The problem is goblins aren't out. The optimal play would be to ditch that card right now because there's no goblins out. Having said that, I'm just so wedded to the role play of that. like I shouldn't take that card. We got Mountain Pilgrim and we have Mountain, Ledges, Cliff. Those three tiles. Done. We have Gobs in Peril. And we don't know where that is yet. And then Locate Lair. Done, done, and done. So he's got his quest as well. So he is done. And then finally, we have another Spider Slayer. And this is for our Thief. Now, the Thief's rough. Thief's not a slayer of almost anything, really, to be quite honest with you. The Thief is more a runner-looter. But that will be her camera. Can she kill a spider? She can do light star damage. She cannot kill any of the spiders in the game, so that's going away instantly. Natives arrive. She's just going to dump that card early anyway, so she'll keep it. Sacrifice is take a large treasure to one of the things. I mean, we can do that. So we'll keep those two cards. Spider Slayer is going to go away. And it's going to be replaced by the awesome card Navigator, which isn't the worst. And she's got 3 of those to find. Done. And that is her. That's her initial quest layout. And then finally we have our Warlock, which is Tiny Hut. Take a visitor not on the board, put them on the board. Ghost Hunter, kill the ghosts. And locate the Karen. And we can, that's his. So, sure. Put him in a mountain. And locate Karen. I think we'll take that. And that's our initial layout. Now we're just going to take one of the guys right now. We'll take the Crone or the Warlock, really. Let's take the Crone. So we're going to take the Crone right now. And we're going to put her in a mountain tile of our choice. And the Warlock starts down here. Unfortunately, there's not... we can put her here. So the Crone's going to live all of her days in Ledges 2. Done. And he'll get another card then tomorrow. So that is it. That's our start quests. And now the last thing we have to do... The last thing we're doing here, aside from making 2 ridiculously large dice to hide and search with, is the last thing we're going to do is draw 3 events for week 1. Landslide. Ooh. Goblin Horde. Okay. And finally, the Poison Pool. So we get 3 points on the board. A landslide has closed the high pass. Roll a d3. It's either high pass 2 or high pass 5. It is high pass 2. So high pass 2 is broken. And let me get a... I don't want to get marbles. That sounds like a bad... Let's get a couple black pieces here. So high pass 2. So where the heck is high pass 2? So that's going to block the high pass off. And here's our landslide. We're going to make a little pile. Unfortunately. So that'll at least, I'll tell you what we'll do. We will make those slightly larger. That will show us reasonably obviously that that is blocked the heck off, I hope. Okay, so we got landslide. And to clear the landslide, you have to do labor, which is fatigue. So there are labor rules out in the universe here. Oops. That's just the event bag. I need my saved objects bag. And let's pull out the labor rules right here just to make sure that we know them. Some guards call for a number of labor points to resolve them. To conduct labor, you end your day at the site and then do one or more of the following. Fatigue, fight, or move chits. Exhaust your followers or a horse to gain labor based on their weight. Cast a summon spell to gain labor based on the summon's attack strength. Cast other spells based on the specific event to score labor in the event text. Exhausted followers or horses can fight normally but cannot be used for labor again for another week. Exhausted followers can be refreshed by early by paying their gold value. Labor is cumulative. Place a number of your chits on the event clearing card to indicate how much labor you have. When you reach the requisite number, you've resolved the event. Done. So 12 labor points will do it. So again, it's 12 asterisks of fatigue, or you have some spells. If you have spells, the labor done by blasting is based on the damage done by the spell. Stones fly has 4 labor no matter the dice rolled. Okay, that's pretty clever. Once cleared, the high pass is reopened. Anyone who contributed gets 1 VP. The guy with the most labor gets 2 VP and 10 gold. So that's a 2 VP card. We have a Goblin Horde out on the board. 3/3, Caves 3. So a Goblin Horde on Caves 3. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Axe Goblins and a Sword Goblin in Caves 3. And there we go. Anyone who kills any one of those goblins gets a VP once they're all dead. We have to clear the Goblin Horde to win it. And then anyone who killed the Sword Goblin gets an extra treasure there. And finally, the Poison Pool. 1/2, Borderland 2. So the Poison Pool, while it exists, gives every monster an extra sharpness to all attacks. At the end of the day, perform an action. End a day in the clearing and perform one action, which is you can bring a scholar with you, any of the visitors essentially. You can discard potions or fatigue magic chits. For every potion or 2 magic asterisks, you get a roll. On a 3/2/1, you purify the pool. And I think that's it, right? Oh, cast any effect, so remedy, anything that cancels a spell or curse. So this is in what? Borderlands 2, we said. So there you go. So the magic users get a little bit of a boost there. Because they have an easier time for sure. But you can literally drag any visitor. Any visitor neutral or better with you will come with you, and you can drag them to the pool. So someone could go here, for instance, and drag the crone to the pool, and they would fix the pool for us. So that is literally that's what it's going to look like on day 1. So now everybody's got to write something here. Everybody's got to get a plan together. So the Barrow Wight is here, I think. So it makes perfect sense for us to... The problem is we could fatigue 2 of these asterisks and get 1 roll on a 3-2 or 1. We would succeed and be done. That's pretty much it, though. Like, that's all we got for the poison pool. So I'm not a super fan of that one. We could get to the high pass, manage the 12 labor, get to our locksmith up there, and or run straight down here. How do we do it? We have to go this way. It's a little bit of a jog, but and plant our flag here. I think. So technically, the poison pool to the landslide to the locksmith is a really, really good scoring run there. Because that's potentially 2 VP, 3 VP, and you might get this. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just get past it. So this is 3 VP right up here in this tile. This is only 1 VP here. So it's easier to get to by far. But a third of the VP. So I think we're gonna do this. So we're gonna go 1, 2. Remember, he gets an extra phase in caves, and so that could allow him to go 1, 2, and then hide as a for instance. And I think that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and then hide in Borderlands 6. So we're gonna move to Borderlands 6. And then we're going to use our extra phase in the caves to hide. Done. Remembering, we also roll a single die. Also remember that the ghost count, for anyone that starts the ghost count as a dwelling. So he can go back to the ghost and turn in his cards if he needs to. Done. Our goblin is up top here with his little goblin cadre. And what I think we're going to do... what are we going to do? He has Mountain Pilgrim, so he's got to hit up the mountains, the ledges, and the cliff. So how do we get to the mountain? Borderlands, obviously. So I think we're going to make our way to the cliff first thing. So I think that's our first thing. We're going to 1, 2, 3. We're going to be hidden and go 1, 2, 3. Right? Hide, move, and move. And we're going to end up in 1, 2, 3 Deep Woods Fog. Done. So he is ready. Our third character is the Thief. The Thief has natives arrived, so she's just going to play that first thing today. What natives does she care about? The Bashkars. Unfortunately, the Bashkars only appear at large and small campfires. So if she wants the Bashkars, that ain't going to happen. She could probably just keep that card for a little bit. And she's going to go into the deep woods also. Primarily because there are 2 of the 3 things are right here that she needs to find for Navigator. So I think Navigator is going to drive her to do what she's going to do. The other thing she could do is go up to the high pass and dig this out. And she does have at least some capability of doing that. I have a lot of sparkling water here right in front of me. I need refreshed. So, a lot of sparkling water. We're going to open the windows and get some cool air in here. And it's just going to be, at some point, I'm going to be freezing. what I'm going to do. I've been eating a lot of carbs, so I'm warm. Like normally I'm cold, but that's because I try to stay away from carbs. I haven't been doing that recently, so I'm really warm now. So, warm, and I feel like my gut, my fat. Anyway, that's a personal problem. let's get this moving here. So, yeah, I think she's going to follow. I don't love it, but I think the Deep Woods offers a lot of paths and passages to deal with right away. So I think she's going to hide and then move into the Deep Woods also, and mostly just follow along with the Goblin. And then our last character, our Warlock, down here all by his lonesome, has Ghost Hunter. I suppose I should have looked and see where the ghosts were. The ghosts are right here, so that's an easy kill. And then locate cairn is locate the cairn, of course. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go 1, 2. So I'm going to move into the ruins. I'm going to hide, and I'm going to search. And that's what we're going to do. And so that's our day 1. Let's get a roll for day 1. So what's the monster roll look like? It looks like serpents and demons right off the bat. And we are started here. The thief is first. And so the thief goes 1, 2, 3, and the thief tries to hide. And I think the thief rolls 2 dice to hide. She doesn't have... the thief is not about any of that. It's just searching. She's a great searcher. So anything but a 6 is a hide in Magic Realm. She got a 6, and the high die is the die. So she is stuck here unhidden. And what happens to her? We get bones and pat her 5. Now, if you haven't seen any of this, everything's color-coded here with a little shape. I call it the Lucky Charms method here. So we're looking for green triangles on these chits, and if you see a green triangle on one of the chits that overturns, you know a monster is going to appear. But since no green triangles, no monster. This is the warning chit, and the monsters will appear directly on you. These are called sound chits. The monster will only appear in that clearing specifically. We also have treasure site chits, and you will hopefully see one of those sooner than later here, but there's no guarantee. The Warlock is going 1, 2. He is going to hide. And it's always prudent to hide early when you don't know what the board looks like. When you start learning what the board looks like. So he is hidden, so we're going to flip him to show that he's hidden. He does have 1 search phase. He's going to peer, trying for a 1, 2, or 3 on the 2 dice. And he needs the lowest number to be that, and he fails. So he does not find this path. Smoke, that's dragons, and Howl, 4, is bats and goblins, potentially. So the nice thing is, if you're the goblin, and say you have goblins in peril, you know the goblins can appear here, based on the blue square. But the goblin guy is going 1, 2, 3. He's going to hide. He succeeds. It doesn't matter. Nothing's going to appear on these 2. But he's there. And then finally, our Witch King Barrow Wight is going to go 1, 2, and then hide. And his hide is actually pretty important. Now, does he do... Let's see. Hold on. He rolls 1 die to hide, so that is true. So if I roll 2 dice and it's only 1 die, I'm going to, by default, I'm taking the red die as a result then. Just so I don't have to keep re-rolling. 1 die and 2 and extra phase and caves. Done. And plus, everybody hates him. I think the goblins have that too, right? Everybody hates the goblins, right? No. No one cares about the goblins. They don't care the goblins are just walking in. But the Barrow Wight, they're like, whoa, I'm not trading with you, buddy. Which, I could see that. Ooh, dank, that's a green triangle. That means something's going to appear here. And then the cairn's in 5. So let's look at dank. Caves. So that's dank caves. That means that this group is active. We pull the first one here, and that's going to go straight to our guy. Now, he rolled. He is hidden. So that's good. These serpents will not necessarily attack him then tonight. But they are in his clearing. He has a choice to make whether he stays here or not. I think that's the end of day one. And now it is indeed time for his choice. Does he kill these serpents, if he can, even, or just walk on? Now, mind you, remember, the serpents get an extra sharpness star because of the poison pool. So they're a little more dangerous than they would normally be. Let's look at the Barrow Wight. And actually, let's grab these two and look at the Barrow Wight. So the Barrow Wight has just this crappy sword here. And when he flips the sword, it doesn't do anything different because it's a short sword. One of the crappiest weapons in the game, actually. He can overstrength it, which means he can do medium star damage. That's heavy damage. These are heavy creatures. They're also armored, so they take a sharpness star off. He cannot kill either of these guys. Nor can he run from them because he does not have a move of 2. So that is super dicey. So I am gonna just leave those guys where they are, and we're just gonna walk right on by, which we can do tomorrow. First thing is gonna be a move out of here. 1, 2, and then probably up here in 3. And that's it. Well, that's it for day 1. I think it's time for day 2. So for day 2, we need to figure out what everybody's doing here. The Barrow Wight is first. Now he could do, what he could do is he could cast tonight. He's hidden. And since the spell affects only him, he would not become unhidden casting it. Avoid danger. And he could say, I don't want row 2 to draw tomorrow for me. And he could knock row 2 out. So that means that he would have 0 chance. Like if he wanted to stop at the pool, now the problem is stopping at the pool is a bad idea because when he casts, he's going to burn those chits. He won't have anything to act. He won't have anything to actually do with that pool. I mean, I suppose he could have gone down and grabbed the crone and dragged her back to the pool, and that would have been the plan, I think. And maybe that is the plan because he's yeah. At that point, he's sort of racing maybe the Warlock to it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. He would go 1, 2, 3. Well, 3, 4 because that's a double move into there. Oof. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. So this does give us a little bit of pause here. So at this point, we could, instead of sitting here, we could run out. Excuse me. If we run out, then we're going to be in the daylight tomorrow, and that gives us 4 moves. So 1, 2, 3, right? So we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, grab the crone. And then he would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which he can't do. So we could get the crone. And then we would have to come back through, sneak through, get to the poison pool. She could fix it. I think that's what the Barrow Wight's going to do. I think the Barrow Wight will run out tomorrow, that night. So instead of fighting the snakes or even hiding, he's going to run toward 1. That puts him outside. And now he's going to move to the crone. And let's make sure that that is a move which is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And that would be it. And he would then grab the crone. The crone's friendly with him, I believe, right? has to at least be neutral. She's his ally. She and him are buds. They go a long way back, him and the crone. Way longer than you. You don't want to know. You do not want even to ask. So he's going to grab her and be done. That leaves the goblin next. And the goblin is just trying to get to the cliff. So he can go 1. So he's here with the Amazon thief. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, okay. That's interesting because he's going to get jumped by the dang ghosts if he ends up there. He can hide and go 1, 2, 3. He can just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now he's going to dink with our buddy a little bit doing that. Now the problem with the ghosts is simply that we cannot auto hit the ghosts here, and we really can't auto hit them either. I mean, we can. If we flip to this side, they don't flip, and so on. The ghosts on their light side cannot harm these guys. On the other side, they kill them. So I think I'm going to hide and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to hide and go, hide and move to the valley. And then we're going to see some ghosts appear, probably. That leaves our thief. Our thief. Oh, and the Warlock actually gets a card, too. I'm sorry. So we didn't draw a card for the Warlock. And that will change his unit. Oh, that's a lame card, by the way. But that's okay. We'll mark it here in a minute. What's the thief trying to do? Navigator. She's trying to do Navigator. So let's hide her, move to 4. So let's hide, let's move to 4, and let's do 2 searches done. Okay. And then the Warlock got Ancient Scroll, which sort of sucked. Ancient Scrolls, I thought with 2 O's. So, Ancient Scroll is, place a visitor in a dwelling of your choice. Bring any treasure with a spell to the visitor and do a trade phase. They will buy it at their normal price or 2 times face value, whichever is higher. So they will buy it for generally an advantageous price, and you will score a victory point. So you get gold and the victory point, effectively. So I am going to might as well take the Warlock, because we're his buddy, too. And we're going to put him there, because we can place him at a dwelling done. And we just have to go find something. There's no treasure here. So I think we're going to head to, and we know, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're not going to get to the ghost before the goblin does. Now, he might die, run, kill one, not kill the other one. Who the heck knows? So we could head up there anyway in hopes of catching him in a battle or him being, or whatever, right? We could get up there in 2 days. However, it is also fairly likely that he will kill the ghosts, and we will not have those ghosts until the 2nd week. So maybe we just go 1, 2, 3 and see what's here. So I'm going to hide. I'm going to move, and move into the ledges, and that is day 2. So, okay, for day 2, we're written, so now we make a monster roll, and it is giants and trolls today. Gray. We're looking for gray hexagons, effectively. What's the sequence of play today, Pouch? It is our goblin buddy. Our warlock. Our thief. Our Barrow Wight. Done. So goblin is first. And as we said, the goblin's going to try to hide and get here. Let's see if he's hidden when he gets there. He is hidden. So he's hidden. The ghosts always are prowling. They always find their target. And so the goblin will be, and his party will be beset upon by ghosts, and he is done. 1, 2, 3 for the warlock. They're going to hide, trying to get into the ledges. He succeeds, and then he's going to flip this over, and he gets ruins. That's bats typically, and Howl 5, which would be more bats. This is bat central. So he is done. The thief is just going to move there. I think she is going to hide. So we were looking to roll not a 6. We do. She is hidden today. She is going to search twice. 3, 2, or a 1. Finds the path, and she does. So she finds path. 4, 1, green, deep woods. Deep woods, 1 to 4, green. And one of her navigators is, she pops one of these balloons here. Bam. 1 of 3 is done. And that's good. And she can use that path from now on. And I don't think anything appears because we don't have... Oh, no, wait, bones. Sorry. No, we do have the gray. It's right there. So, let's go check. Bones M, because the deep woods is a mountain. It isn't. What it means is the deep woods draws monsters like a mountain. So the same monsters live in these woods as do the mountain tiles. So that's a giant on her. Okay, she's not going to fight it. She's going to slip out of there. And then the Barrow Wight is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think he hid or anything. I think he just ran right in there. He did. Oh, and I tell you what I do want to do. For our Warlock, we need to have cast. Where did we end up? So nothing is on him. So we're going to cast tonight also. So we're going to cast Melt into Mist. So that burns this chip, goes there. And we burn a purple, and it is Fatigue. And now, when we burn our other purple, we can just disappear. So he now is in a really good position, and he's going to utilize that coming forward here. I don't think anybody else has any little tricks up their sleeve or spells they want to cast. Pretty much, he just wants to control bats if he sees bats. What else we got? Anything? I think... we do have a fight. So here we go. We got 2 ghosts. And we have 2 buddy sheets here for our 2 goblin buds. And I'm wondering why I had all this space, because I didn't drag one of these player aid sheets over to... I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm the only player. But, you know, sometimes helpful to have that. So, all right, we have 2 buddy sheets here. 1 per goblin that we have. And on round 1, these guys are unaccounted for. They're not... We're all hidden. So we all are sitting behind a rock. The ghosts are ghosting. I'm going to burn a fight chit. I'm going to ready my axe. I'm going to play an M3, and I'm going to target this guy. I'm going to say, I'll show you how it's done, boys. And then we're going to charge out and try to hit this ghost. What we want is him to not flip effectively. We don't have to play a move. He's not actually targeting us. So let's see. 1 or a 4, and he stays put. He gets a 1, so he's going to stay put. And does he flip? On a 6, he flips, and he doesn't. So we come in there. We clock this ghost. This does M star damage. That's heavy damage. The goblin itself is not a heavy creature. He is a medium creature, and he is dead. And we kill him, but we do have to fatigue a fight. And so we'll fatigue RH5. Now we're going to fatigue an M4. When you fatigue or wound, start with chips you have duplicates of. Done. That's usually a good rule. That fit the criteria, of course. You don't want to burn 2 asterisks where you only had to burn 1. But if you have a double of a chit, then you can fatigue 1 and still have the same capability, effectively. But sometimes you might go, well, I'm going to burn H5 because I don't need an H for this fight. That's right. For this fight, you don't need an H. For the next fight, when you forget to rest, and now you don't have that heavy capability, then you're sort of screwed. So always try to start with duplicated chits first is what I've always found to be a good rule of thumb. So we kill 1, and now this one is on our cheat. Our weapon goes unalerted. And so now we have to sort of decide how to play this, right? So what I think we're going to do is I'm going to lure him to this sheet. So this guy then lures in the next round. Done. And we're going to play him on this side. Okay? It's not great. It's not a great... That allows me, though, to play this chit and flip the axe again. And then I can play this M4. Or I could just play the M3. We're going to play the M3 again. We'll defer to the M4 once it goes bad. And I'm going to play right there. So here's my logic, right? So this guy kills him with heavy damage at a time 4. He's going to strike before this sword. Because remember, this is round 2. And in round 2 and 3 and subsequent rounds, speed is more. So you want a low fight number. That ghost is going to go first and kill him. I'm going to come in with my M3. If this ghost is on his dangerous side, not only do I go first, but I undercut him and hit him no matter where he is. So I will guarantee kill him before. Done. If he flips, I don't guarantee kill him, but then I don't care because he can't kill anybody. He can't hurt that guy anymore. And so then we have a 2/3 chance to hit and kill this guy. And that's it. That's the play. So now we have a 2/3 chance of getting rid of this guy. Let's roll. Get a 4, so he's going to line directly up. So that would have been the bad roll right there for the Goblin if we weren't there. Does he flip? He doesn't flip. So what happens? M3 goes first. We undercut the ghost. We kill the ghost. He is dead. We have to fatigue again. Our weapon gets flipped. And we have to fatigue again. And in this case, I am going to fatigue the H5. And then I'm going to have to rest at least once just to bring him in. So that's going to score me 6 prowess. And the ghosts go into the dead pool. I don't have a shift 6? I thought I did. Okay. That doesn't do anything for me. It just clears that out. It also denies it to the Warlock. So there's a little bit of gamesmanship there, maybe. We fatigued 2. No one was hurt. We see the use of these guys is to free us up. That's why having a hireling, though they do some characters it's harder for a hireling because you can't run anymore because they're going to stay there and die. Because hirelings never run. But they do distract the enemy, allowing us to ready our weapon, and so on. So that's it. That's day 2 now, and I think... So I'm going to mark down his 6 prowess. And no one spent day 1. That's interesting. Like, I probably should have considered, as the thief, I probably should have considered being allies with the rogues, hiring down the rogues. Now, that wouldn't have helped this guy. They can't kill a tremendous. But again, it does give me a little bit more options with some of these characters. Like the Spider. For instance, you could do Spider Slayer if she hires rogues. That's fine. Let's let her get navigate through. She can run from anyone on the board. Let's get her navigator and worry about what she's going to do later. Okay, so the Barrow Wight now has the crone as a follower because that's what the poison pool does. It allows us to grab her as a follower. And now he's going to go 1, 2, and he can't go 3 and can't go in there since he can't, so he's going to. I think I'm just going to hide twice, then move and move back into the borderland because honestly, I don't think it's worth casting the spell yet. I think we just get up in there. And I am done. The Goblin, well, now that the Goblin has cleared the pass here, he's going to go 1, 2. That's going to end him. We might as well end our day in the cliff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest once, hide once, move, and move. And I'm going to move into the cliff. Done. And that is his day 3. The Thief's day 3, she's got to get away from this giant first. So she is going to. She's going to move into 6. Move 6. Hide once. Search twice. Maybe she gets lucky. And she just finds this thing in a day. And that would be her second navigate. And the Warlock's a little bit pissed, but it is what it is. I mean, you knew that was going to happen. He is also annoyed that he has found nothing so far. So Ghost Hunter's out. Ancient Scrolls, find something first and locate the cairn. No dice on any of those so far, so no movement anywhere. So the question is, where do you go? Now he can melt into mist. He still has 1 purple, so he can go 1, 2, 3, 4 as a for instance, and just go to that mountain and mostly be safe. So I think we're just going to do that. We're going to use our. We're going to move into the mountain, and use the fact that we are melted into mist and we have 1 purple left to get an extra move a day effectively if we can. So that is the prep for day 3. Let's roll day 3. Monster rolls a 3, so goblins are going to appear, ogres will appear, wolves, octopus will appear on day 3. Warlock's first. Barrow Wight second. Thief is third. Goblin is fourth. So the Warlock, unhidden, 1, 2, 3, 4, moves into the mountains. Stink and Pat her too. I don't think goblins appear in the mountains. They do not. They only appear in caves. So we're good. That would be spiders, is what that would do. So we are done. And he is done today. The Barrow Wight goes 1, 2. He is hiding 2 times. He fails the first. Succeeds in the second. And nothing appears because we're looking for a blue square. The thief makes a move. The thief's going to hide once. Successfully, I'm sure. Nope, not at all. She fails. That stinks a little bit, but I don't think she's in danger at this point. And now she has to roll 3, 2, or 1. Nope, that is a fail. 3, 2, or 1. Bam, she finds it. That's good. That's actually pretty good. 6, 3, green. Deep woods. So she has 2 bubbles popped. And that's good news. And the goblin's going to go 1, 2. He rests once. We're going to pull back this one. And again, remember, we pull back the one that is not duplicated first, just as a rule. It's not always the best move, but usually is. And we flip. And now we smoke and the Lost Castle in 1. What the Lost Castle means is that we drag 5 more chits over and we uncover these 5 chits. Slither in 6, roar in 4. So all those could be dragons, for instance, because you see the red diamond. Lair in 3, more dragons. Flutter in 2, 4 dragons. We've literally gone in. We have found the nest of the worms here. That's disturbing. And a troll. So their Lord and Master troll is here in the vault. Wow. Okay. This is a great find and a crappy find all at the same time. On one note, this place is dangerous as heck all of a sudden. Because any roll you're going to get of a 1, you're going to get four dragons on the board, or 5 or so. You're going to get some crazy number of dragons on the board in a heartbeat. You're also going to get bats on a flutter, so that's a 6. You're going to get trolls on a 4, and on snakes on a 2. So 1, 2, 4, or 6 are bad numbers to roll. So literally a 2/3 chance for badness on this tile. On the other hand, the lair is a great treasure site. The vault is a great treasure site. Both of which the goblins are licking their proverbial lips. Do you have proverbial lips? Is that a thing? Like what does that mean? What did I just say? What was the point of that adjective? Anyway, yeah, they are just anxious for this treasure, man. They're like, ooh, this is good stuff. The problem is just you don't want to get caught in here, which is super possible. It is crazy possible that you get caught by a bunch of dragons. And the problem is, I don't know. We could run, but then we're going to lose our guys. Like if we do get hit by a bunch of dragons, we might be able to run. But we do have locate the lair. I think that caps it though. We have locate lair, so we have to at least try, right? We have to at least give it a shot. So I do think that right, we pop there, we just try to search the lair, done. Maybe we don't stick around too long. Do we have any fights in the making? We don't have one there, we don't have one there, none there, and none there. Yet. We're gonna have shortly you're gonna have a fight. There is no good way you're getting out of there. The other thing is the thief's ability is she searches better in the Lost Castle. So that is a huge deal for her. It's unfortunate that it is so crazy there. But a lot of times when you pop the Lost Castle, it's crazy. It's just that things aren't as gummed up as they are here. So anyway, all right. Let's figure out the next damn day for these characters. So it looks like the Barrow Wight has indeed decided. Yeah, no, we're doing this. The Barrow Wight has decided to try to get his thing and sneak past these loathsome serpents. And so we're going to hide once. We roll a die. We move to the serpents. And then we're going to extra move out. That would be to 3. And I think that's it. Because we get an extra move in case we roll 1 die to hide, so our hide chance is really good. It's almost double the normal person's hide chance. So we're hoping. The Goblin. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right, Goblin. Oof. All right, we're going to move to the lair. We are going to hide once. We are going to search twice. We're hoping to pop that lair. If we do, we'll find both the lair and, because we're locating in there, we're going to find the lair and the vault, which is exciting. What's the thief doing? The thief has 1 more of these stupid paths to find. Her words, not mine. She could also bop it up and start popping labor onto this landslide. It's a good question, really. So the issue, it's a good question. I actually don't know what what the best course of action is for her. 1, 2, 3, 4. She could get to Dark Valley 4 and just be there. She sees how the first day that the goes with the Goblin. She could probably walk in there and find all that crap. She can't open the vault herself. She can loot it once it's been opened by the Goblins, probably. She could easily loot that lair, and she could loot all the best crap out of the lair. Does she have... She sees it as a sacrifice, so she really does want some of those treasures. Where's the order? The order is here. So it's a little awkward to get to. You're going through one cave or another to get to the order. Yeah, I mean, labor's fine. She could do it. But she has no other good reason to go to the high pass. And this will also get her navigator. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to go to Dark Valley 4. Move, 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 move. Dark Valley 4. Done. And then our last character, our Warlock. Still trying to... So we got Ghost Hunter, Scroll, Locate Cairn. None of those is sort of working out. He can do the Poison Pool a lot easier. But again, he is racing someone to it. So he's sort of behind the 8 ball here in almost all cases. Having said that, he can just walk 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and he can just get to the pool. 1, 2, 3, 4, to the pool. Done. And he'll end his day today at the pool. And he is done. So, that is it. That is the day. What is this? Is this day 4? This is day 4. See what we're doing here. 3 goblins, ogres, wolves, goblins, octopus. So that's pretty good actually for the goblin, who goes first, and then the Barrow, Wight, and then the Warlock. So the goblin moves here. The goblin hides. It's not going to matter because you'll notice no blue squares here. Nothing's going to appear. So he does hide, and now he searches 2 times. He's on a locate table. The locate table, I will show you for giggles. He's looking for a 4, discover chits, or a 1, which is a choice. And he would pick discover chits. So he's looking for a 4 or a 1 on the locate table. 4. He finds the lair and the vault first try. When that happens, it is magical. And then what's he going to do? He is going to loot. So he locates. Hold on. He just located the lair. So that's a point. Also, instantaneous. He scores a card. Now, all you get for scoring that is you don't get any extra crap. It's locate lair. He trades it for dangerous things, which I'm not a super big fan of. It is actually super useful in certain circumstances. It automatically allows you to alert instantly. And so he could alert his ex, for instance, when someone gets the jump on him, and so on. So, not useless. Not useless. So he found the lair. He gets his point, and he is on the board first on day 4. He gets 1 loot. He rolls 2 dice, and he picks that card off the deck. If he rolls too high, he will not get any cards. But the lair has 7 treasures, and he will take the second one. Oh, well, I mean, this is a great card, and it sucks, all at the same time. So he draws the remains of the thief. Immediately reveal and roll a curse. Exchange for treasures on the chart and 20 gold. So he gets all of this. All of it he gets right now. And a curse. I'm going to put these right here for now. Let's roll his curse. Now, this could be a huge deal, and it could actually drive him out of here based on what he rolls. Let's see what he rolls. He rolls a 6. Disgust. So fame is worthless. What that means is prowess is worthless. So he does get... So I put little disgust. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go negative 99 fame, like that. That's how I record that, so that I see that it's negative. And let's see what he has. So he has the living sword. The living sword is a lighter weapon, so not as super fast and sexy as the axe, but it is, I mean, super sexy as the axe. What it is it is fast as hell. I'm going to keep that inactive for now. And he gets the Enchanter's Skull, which has a spell on it. But it's a great treasure, more to the point. And that's good stuff. So, a couple things. And he gets 20 gold. So he has 30 gold right now. He has one great treasure right now. So where is he? Great treasure, yes. And does 30 gold score him? Yes, it does, including the starting 10. He does get the point. So he is up to 3 points with his finding of the remains of the thief. He doesn't even need the prowess because he's not scoring any points off of it. Oh, that's fame. That's dumb. Dumb. Okay. Kill that. Here we go, negative 99. It's notoriety that he's. It says fame, but we play differently. It's prowess. Prowess is we record it under notoriety. To use these sheets, we record it where notoriety would be recorded. I mean, I consider that's a great day for this guy. It's a good day for him. I think we keep the weapon we have just right now in play. I'll have to think about that as we go. But that's the Goblin, and he is done now. He looted once, he found all this stuff, he scored himself a card, and he is good to go. But he is done. The Barrow Wight is next. The Barrow Wight is going to try to hide once. We have to hide. He only rolls 1 die to hide. Red die. Red die is the hide die, sorry. And it's a 4, so he does hide, and then he moves through those guys. If he did not hide, he would be blocked as soon as he entered a clearing with a monster. But since he was hidden, he got to slip through, and he did slip through. And he is done. Next is the Thief, who just makes a quick move, 3, 4, and she is there, and she is done. And then finally, the Warlock, who's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And nothing, nothing appears, and he ends his day at the poison pool. So, do we have any fights? We don't. We have 1 encounter at the pool. Let's take a look at that encounter. So we're just going to drag this card down, just like we would if it was a fight. And we have Alchemy and Lore, discard potions, or magic chits to perform. For every 2 magic asterisks you discard, you're going to get to perform. You get to roll, effectively. So I'm going to discard that one. And I'm going to discard these 2. And that's going to get me 2 rolls. On a 1, 2, or a 3 on these, if I'm going to roll twice. If I get a 3, 2, or 1 on either of them, I'm going to successfully burn the pool and take the rewards. 3, 2, or 1 for the Warlock. Let's get him on the board. Oh, so close. That is a fail, though. Let's do it again. That is, I saw a 2, but that is a failure. That's too bad. So he does not score, and he does spend a day there, and he fatigues, and so he's going to have to sort of work that tomorrow, effectively. He's going to have to rest up a little bit here because he is burning through his magic chits. Now, the only magic chit that actually matters right now is that purple one because it will do his melt into mist. But he could also use, he could use to rest any of these effectively. So that's fine. Okay, he is done. And nothing appears there, and we are done with the day. Unfortunately, I think that means well, it's going to sort of be a little bit of a race. So what's going to happen is the Barrow Wight's going to end his day here too. Now, we don't do PvP because at that point you would be deciding if you're going to fight each other or whatever. I don't think that and right now the Warlock's in no condition, but what I would do if we were playing PvP is I would definitely rest my black magic chit, my type 5, and maybe alert it, which would suck because it would fatigue it at the end of the day. And if he came in, we would type ×0 and kill him. we would just kill him. But we're not going to do that. What we are going to do, so he is going to... I think he's going to hide at least once. I mean, he has to hide 3 times effectively and rest because... excuse me. He's going to hide and rest. The Goblin... So, fortunately, the Goblin got discussed. If the Goblin got... So, I'm going to... Hold on. I am going to... log down the rest of this like a pig in front of you. Sorry about that. So, if he had gotten something like Squeak where he couldn't hide, then he would be getting out of dodge because that would be super, super dangerous all of a sudden for him to be stuck here. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to hide once. Search 3 times and hope that we can pull a couple more treasures out of here before we invariably get driven out by dragons or trolls or whatever else is here. And the problem is if we're not hidden, our guys are going to be stuck and they're not going to make it out. So we do want, if we can, to get that done. So the thief... The thief is going to... So she's going to go in 1, 2. She should be hidden. She's going to move and move. And then she's going to search once. That's what she's going to do. Done. And then, oops, I keep clicking these damn cards. And then our Warlock is going to rest, 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 rest. He's just going to rest 4 times. Done. He's going to pull as many of these chits as he can back. And if something appears, he's going to melt in the mist and be done. But if not, he's going to then try his hand. And I'll tell you how we'll determine who gets to go first when we hit the end of the day here. So it is a 2. So serpents and demons are going to appear. So we are going to get something somewhere, right? Yep, we're going to get these serpents popping up. And we get the Barrow Wight first. Barrow Wight is going to hide 3 times. So the Barrow Wight is going to be super hidden. He only rolls a single die doing it too. So the chance of him not hiding, tiny. He moves into the pool. That's going to cause these serpents to appear. And that's going to drive out our Warlock for sure. The Warlock, because he didn't plan for that to happen, is going to rest that chit and be instantly blocked by the serpents. So he rests once, and then we're actually going to go like that. He's blocked, right? Done. That's too bad. Okay, so that's his day. And the thief is going to hide, slide on up, search once. And she gets a -1 to this because it is the Lost Castle. So on a 5, sucks a little bit because she would have found it anyway, but she didn't. And she fails, and that's it. And she's going to draw a serpent in Slither. So Slither draws... Oh, wait, no, hold on. Sorry, it's not true. Dank will have drawn this guy earlier. And so they have 2 serpents on them. They have a whole host of serpents. So that's a bad, bad play. So she gets nothing, which is nice, but she doesn't find anything either because she takes -1, and that's a 3. She will find the path because she located, and a 3 on locate is a find secret passages, which is weird. It's a weird thing there. So she finds green 3/6 secret passages. That's going to be her 3rd navigator. She's going to score a card point here on day 5. That's the thief scoring a point on day 5. And she gets to cross off 3 other paths, which we're going to do. What 3 paths, I wonder? That's a great question, actually. There's no... well, the Warlock also has to locate the carrot, so he's coming in here anyway. What 3 paths are we gonna actually do? Well, you tend to want to pick ones that will connect things up. So this one's a big one, typically, that helps us connect up some stuff. I don't know that it's for her, since she's not going to probably dink with the Goblin Horde. She's going to pick Borderland 4/5. Let's take Mountain 4/6. So Borderland 4/5, Mountain 4/6. Borderland 4/5, Mountain 4/6. Those are 2, and she gets 1 more. Let's take Cave 3/5. Cavern 3/5. What the hell is it? Must be Cavern 3/5. Must be the caverns. No, it's the caves. Oh, it's 2/3 caves. Nope. Caves 2/3. That's the one she wants. Done. Okay. That's it. She is done. She's scored. She doesn't get anything treasure-wise, but she did score. And I don't think anything appears. Oh, well, the serpents would have appeared, but they appeared here earlier in the day. And so she is cleared of serpents. And that lets the goblin. The goblin's going to have a little field day here. So the goblin's going to hide. And this is an important hide roll, and I'll tell you why. Because if he interacts with any of the treasure sites without hiding, and he is hidden, she's going to see it. I think she was hidden when she went in there also, but that's that. He's going to loot 3 times. He's going to loot the lair 3 times. Or at least once. Let's start. Loot the lair. He gets a 3, so he's going to draw the 3rd card off the lair. He's got the black book. He is finding all the magic crap. It's also his 4th point. So very nice. That's 2. That's one of his 3 loots. He's going to go for the lair again. Now he's got a 5. That gets him the ointment of bite. Not quite as exciting. And he has 1 more search left. And he is going to... He's going to have his buddy bust the cave because he has tremendous damage on his friend. He's going to loot the vault once. And he gets a 4. Moldy skeleton. Jeez. All right, man. You got the moldy skeleton. So again, you get a curse. And then these treasures appear on the top of the pile. So that's sort of exciting in the sense that now there's even more treasures there in that pile. Some of them are really nice armor and weapons, but we do need to roll for our second curse for the goblins. The goblin is twice cursed. We roll a 5 this time. Ashes. Gold is worthless. It means you can't spend it. And he has 10 of it, by the way. Oh no, he has 30 of it. Hold on. So that's a good point. We didn't actually do the 20. So he has 30 of it. It means that he doesn't score the points either. So right now, actually, that point is null and void. And he's down to 3 points instead of 4 points. He is going to have to end a night at the chapel to clear these curses. Where's the darn chapel? I mean, not super close, not super far. He has to go up and around, and then through, and then there. And I don't think they like him, is my guess. No, they're his enemy. All the garrisons are his enemy. Except for the inn guys. All right. So again, good stuff for the goblin. The goblin is rolling here. He has all the treasures. All the money, all the fame, and can't do anything with it because he's cursed, leprous, warty self, cursed by 1,000 corpses and so on, and that's where he is. So we do have a little bit of an incident here. So the warlock is beset upon by serpents. So there is a fight tonight. He cannot kill any of them because his spells are all done. So he is going to fatigue and he is going to melt into mist. And he will... I mean, he can run this way if he needs to. It doesn't really matter. He can go that way. He does really need to rest up, though. Like, that is not a good scene for him. And he's got to figure that out real quick. So, he is done. That combat is over. These guys are hidden. They don't have to fight tonight. What they're going to do is they're going to do the pull. And he can just do it. He just pops it. The crone pops the poison pull. So the Barrow Wight gets on the board for burning the poison pull up with the crone. So we'll put that here. Pull, poison pull. So that is a score. And that is worth 1 fame, 1 card point, pretty much. And that gets him on the board. And now the score is 3 to 1 to 1, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner. He also gets 1d6 on the pull rewards table. I didn't even know there was. I forgot there was a pull rewards table. Pull rewards. Let's open that bad boy. So the pull rewards are, it's a 1d6 too. It's not 2 dice. Did you drink that? You gain a tough chill, which is just an extra hit point, effectively. It does nothing else. So that's sort of weak. Experimental elixir. Choose either a magic type 4 or a magic type 2 chit. That's really good. And good for the Barrow Wight, maybe? Does he have... It would have been good for the Barrow Wight had I done other things, but yeah, I mean, it's not great, but it gives him some options. So, for instance, either of those would be good because then he would have 2 color chits to power his spells. Done. Water Spirit, a one-time summon of a water elemental. Now, the water elemental is a heavy creature, does heavy damage at a time 2. So, that's 1 combat of certain things, like these serpents, that you could just cut through. Something shiny at the bottom, you get 1 large treasure. Purest Water, you get immediate potion, a potion of rest, which gives you 6 phases. Or Take Some Home, you get a Spider's Blood potion, which adds a sharpness to a weapon for a combat, or it's worth 5 gold. Let's roll on the pool table here for our Barrow Wight. I don't know what I'm hoping for. I get a 6. I got a Spider's Blood Potion. I mean, it is what it is. It's not the greatest, but it is also not the worst. And what it's going to do is, so this short sword can, for a fight, be an L star weapon. That's not bad. So let me do this. Let me find, do I have a Spider's Blood Potion? I might. Strangely enough, I do not, which stinks. I made some of these, but presumably not that. So what are we going to do? Well, what I usually do is a copy, a paste, and I'm going to put and then I sort of wish you could shape these. Like, you can shrink them, and that's fine, but what I really want to do is shape it. Like, I want to drag it. Like, I wish you could have one of these where I could just and pull it up. And yeah, I would have to do the, I know, why are you flipping? Don't flip. Don't flip. Don't shoot food. Don't flip card. There's my Spider Blood Potion. And I think that's it. I think we're done. So the poison pool goes away. These guys no longer have a sharpness star. The crone is going to settle down here. She likes snakes. That's really just what we've learned. She's okay with snakes. I think that is all. Yep, and that's it. And we're good to go. So we are rolling here on to day 6. Now, something to keep in mind for our little burglars up here is that on day 7 we rolled 2 dice and not 1 to get monsters, and so it's even a worse chance. They will not want to be here day 7 because you're likely to get the dragons and the trolls or whatever. Now, snakes are down there, but on day 7 you also pull everything back to the chart so we could get, I mean, it could be a whole mess. They want out of there. They have maybe a day, and then they ought to be moving on probably. And so so she did pop Navigator. So let me take it off of her card here for y'all. And what did she get to replace Navigator? Well, she gets a card now, and it is Guide, which means during a search she finds paths or passages without having to roll. I mean, that's fine. That's great. She still hasn't used Natives Arrive. Does she have? But she really doesn't have any buddies. So I'm not super thrilled for where she's at, just in terms of, just card-wise, effectively. But we'll have to deal with that. So I think the Goblin is going to take, so the Barrow Wight. Barrow Wight is first. And the Barrow Wight is high on life here. He has successfully done a task. He's still got to plant his flag in Mountain 4. Nonetheless. He's still got to slay a spider, and he's still got to get to the lockpick there. All those are good. All those are good. He does not want to get caught out by these serpents. That would sting. 100%, that would suck. I don't even think he can run from them because there's the two small ones are in here. He could kill the small ones maybe using his poison that he just got. He could not just walk out the way he would want to walk out. And he had to stay in the clearing to do the crone thing, so he's there, and he's in the clearing. Because he needs to walk to here. He really, really, really does. But I don't know that he can't... If he hides, there's a 1/6 chance he blows it and gets stuck there and then has to fight, and that's not a good fight for him at all. He could go this way, one... and sort of wait a day. He would be putting himself a day behind if he does not go if he doesn't try to go this direction. I mean, said he can kill. So with M star damage, he can kill the two little ones. The big one he still can't kill. There's no way he's killing that big creature, the big serpent. So what he would have to do is dodge those serpents, kill the two little ones, and then flee from the big one. And my guess is that's a lot of time. That is a bad scene for him. So I'm not 1,000% sure that I'm down with that. So I'm a little bit up in the air to what to do. It's literally a 1/6 chance. If he gets the 1/6 chance, he just gets out of dodge. And he goes 1, 2, 3. And he goes there, and he's done. And he is hidden and fine. Otherwise, I think he's in big trouble. One-sixth chance, 16%. He has an 84% chance of succeeding. And the funny part is you can't even walk the woods out of there because when you walk the woods at the edge of a tile, you have to follow the road. So he has to go this way. So he's always going to have to walk through here to get this done. All right, let's hide. It is a bad, bold move. And he's going to move into the mountain. And he's going to move again. And avoid danger doesn't do him any good because he's already in the clearing with these dudes. Our second character, the Goblin, I think takes the last moment he has here. He's going to do his 3 searches and then hopefully get out of dodge before day 7 hits. The Thief, I think, will also hide and search. And then finally the Warlock, who is out of here, is going to go 1 to 3. So he moves to 3, as he has to. He does get an extra enchant phase, which is nice. So I'm going to utilize that extra enchant phase and then enchant so that I can flip this guy to purple. And I'll have a Melt into Mist then for that day. So that's it. We get to roll a die to see who's going to show up. It's a 3, so more goblins, ogres, octopus, etc. My water is boiling. Give me 1 second. Making some instant coffee. Random Maker's Mark, Costco, whatever. I don't know. Or that might be Sam. I have no idea who that is. Some rando instant coffee. And it's the Barrow Wight first. And then everybody else. So we got a 1 to hide. So we do hide. And then we go 1, 2, 3, just like that. So we get out. Not an issue. And he is fine. And he's closer to where he wants to be. Plant his flag. The Goblin is going to hide. He does. So he's hidden. He's going to then search 3 times. And what's he going to search for? I think he's going to go for the vault. That's 1 loot. It's a 5, and he will fail. So that's 1 fail. 2 loots. 3. So he gets the 3rd card in the pile. It's the Sacred Grail. He has a 3rd great treasure in his pocket, which doesn't do him any flippin' good. But it is glorious. Look at that. Third loot. Layer. 6. It's a fail. He is done. Nothing appears because it's a 3. We're looking for blue. There's no blue there. And he is done. The Warlock steps out like he has to. He then does his free enchants to... Free enchants to flip this guy to color. And he does. And that's it for him. And then the thief hides. And she does. And she searches 3 times. She's trying to locate. So a 5 will do it. And she does find the vault in the lair also. And she's going to draw from the vault because she can. And she rolls a single die. So she gets the 2nd card in the vault. And that is the Eye of the Idol. Now that's going to suck. She can carry it. So that is true. She loses her ability to run from everything, but she does get that card. And she gets 1 more, and she's going to go for the layer 3. So she's going to take the 3rd card out of there. And it's the Power Gauntlets, which is interesting. I don't know how great it is for her, but it is interesting in that it is a heavy fight chit. She could theoretically carry a meat weapon now and overstrength it and now do a little bit more damage. Done. And that's her day. And I don't think anything appears anywhere on the board because here, although there's a blue square, this is a mountain tile. Goblins appear in caves. We are done. So we are ready for day 7. Ready for day 7. This is dangerous day 7. So we rolled 2 dice today. Those monsters are going to come back onto the board. 100%. And those and the ghosts are going to come back too. So we need to keep that in mind. So beginning of the day, you're going to have ghosts here. Keep that in mind. So now we need to write our moves. I'll put them there just because they don't come back technically until the monster roll appears, but everybody knows they're going to come back. They always come back. And so the question is, what are we doing? So I think that the Goblin, he's only scored 2 great treasure points because that's it. That's all you get. You get 2 max. He does have a gold point to get. He could sell and maybe get a 2nd gold point, but it's not worth anything to him yet. So he could be halfway, well, not quite halfway to victory. Remember, it's 12 points this time. But he could be well on his way to victory, but he does need to get rid of his maladies here. So, I mean, I think I think it's a pretty easy gig, right? I think. So okay, so I'm sorry. Let's do the Barrow Wight first. This is an easy one. Let's do the Barrow Wight. So the Barrow Wight has a little bit of a choice here. He either goes here to plant his flag, because that's literally all he has to do. And he will score the point no matter what. And the week is about to end, and at the end of the week, he actually gets to pick a boon from his lord, and I don't know, his dread lord, I suppose. Sauron has sent him out to go plant the flag of Mordor over the mountain here. And that's fine. That makes sense. So the only difficulty is that on a roll of 5 or 4, you're going to get something in these mountains. And that's going to mean that he will not get his reward, quote unquote. So you could either plan it today, hope to not roll a 4 or 5 on the 2 dice, and go with that. And I am inclined to do that. It's a risk, but I'm inclined to take the risk because you also have Spider Slayer. So if spiders show up, you want to kill them. We don't want giants to show up ideally, but if spiders come, you want to kill them. And if we plant the flag and don't roll a 4 or 5, he gets the thing at the end of day 7. He actually gets a reward. If you plant the flag and you roll a 4 or 5, he will have planted the flag because he can do that before monsters show up, and that will count. But then when the monsters show up, he won't get the stuff at the end of the week. He'll have to clear the tile again. So just something to think of. He could sneak off here, let this blow over, and on day 8, do it, and then get the reward at the end of that week. And effectively get out of Dodge, because there's nothing else in here for him. So I think he'll stay, and I think what he's going to do... Oh, he can walk the woods, which sort of sucks, because there's no point to... Oh, actually... Well, he has Spider Slayer, too. You sort of want to fight. You sort of want the spiders to show. Because these spiders are going to be these guys. And though he can't auto-hit them on their light side, they don't do any damage to him. On their tremendous side, he can auto-hit them and kill them. And so, yeah, I mean... So I tell you what he will do at the end of day 6. So at the end of day 6, he's going to cast Avoid Danger. And he's going to avoid danger on row 4. Okay, so he avoids danger on row 4. So I'm going to put that here. So no giants can appear. That's the key. And so only spiders, which he wants to kill, can appear. That's what he's going to do. So then what he's going to do is he's going to move. So he casts Avoid Danger. He moves to 4. So today he's going to move to 4. He's going to quest phase to plant the flag. He is then going to... I mean, it barely matters, but he is going to then hide, because he has to hide. And rest. Done. And he avoids danger row 4. Done. That's him. That's his day. I think that's going to go fairly well for him. The Goblin's got to get out of Dodge. Goblin's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to hide in 1. So he's going to move. Well, he's going to... he's going to hide, move to Valley. And the ghosts probably done. And he is done. Who else is there? The Thief I mean, the thief also doesn't want to be here, and she's carrying heavy stuff. So she might have to get out of dodge, too. And it's a lot more dangerous for her if she's carrying this crap. I think she wants it because that's 34 gold that she can sell. She just needs to get it out. And so the question is, can she flee from... She can flee from the ghosts if she needs to. She can't flee from bats if she needs to. So I think she's going to end up in 1 also. She's going to hide and move to 1 to the valley also. Not the first time she's followed the goblin. Her and that goblin have been buds. Our guy Warlock here does have... So he's going to move to the cairn. And he is going to rest once. And hopefully that's going to get him a magic. He's going to get his black magic back. And he is done for the day. He can still melt into mist if he needs to. And if he doesn't need to, hopefully he can kill the spider if he needs to. And so on. Let's roll our 2 dice. 3s and 2s. So, serpents come off the board. That's good and bad. We'd obviously rather them not appear at all, but they come off the board. We are done there. That is that. And now we are... There's white magic in every clearing, by the way, and black in every clearing, by the way. The thief is first. The thief goes 1, 2, 3. She is trying to hide there. She does. She's hidden. The ghosts prowl right on her. The goblin is going to try to hide, and then he's going to go 1, 2, 3. So he's there too. Done. The warlock makes his move. Or not the warlock. The dude. Quest phases. So he's going to plant his flag. So let's score it. Let's put flag. That's another point. That's his second point done. Barrow Wight has 2 points now. And we're just going to put this right here. Just to note that that's a thing he's going to do. And I think that's it. I think we are going to rest. Now, does anything appear? 2 or 3? So it's serpents. No, again, 2 and 3 are clear for that. So that is great. He's going to score, and he's going to actually get to pick one of these. He could either get a peasant militiaman, so a slave, because he's a Barrow Wight for crying out loud. He could just get a 1d6 gold. Or he could roll d6 and take that many rest phases because he gets... but he does rest anyway, and so that's going to bring his black magic chit back. Done. And he hides, which he rolls a single die to hide, and it is successful, but nothing appears and takes him anyway. And then the warlock's coming down here, and then the warlock is going to do what? He's going to rest, and the whole goal is to just get black magic up in case something appears. Oh, he can't unless he pays a fatigue, which he will. He'll pay the move. That sucks, but he will do it. And the serpents appear. Just 1, well, 2, to be honest. Just these 2. And that does suck a little bit because that is going to make him either flee or not flee again. So, okay, I think that's it. I think that's all of our day 7s. So these guys have to fight, and they will. They're going to fight the ghost. We'll put these near the goblin sheet here momentarily. So everybody's hidden. So here you go. 1 ghost, 2 ghosts. You know what? The thief is not proud. She will play a light 3 attack. And she will indeed target one of these ghosts. So she's going to target one there. The Goblin is going to swap weapons. That's going to be his action. He will bring this weapon into play. And then he can play anything he wants. And he will put it here. In the case of both of these guys, it doesn't matter where they go. He goes here. Does he flip? I mean, it does matter, I suppose. He could intercept. He does. So the Goblin's actually going to miss his guy. So that's that. The Thief lines up, and she's going to do light star damage, which is going to kill this dude, and it does. So the Thief gets a kill. So she gets her first kill. And then this guy. So his weapon is alerted now. And we're probably going to follow the same protocol in that this dude is going to lure. He's going to play there. She can't beat his L2. I mean, she can't beat his L2. She's going to hope that it doesn't. She's going to go. That doesn't. Yeah, she's going to. Yeah, she's going to try to kill steal that dude. That's what she's going to do. She's going to protect him, but kill steal him all at the same time. So let's roll 2. So he's going to actually flip all the way down to the bottom. And the question is, does he flip over or not? He does not. So everyone misses. So if she would have played down here, she'd have killed that guy. So that's the first round where nothing has happened. I mean, and it doesn't matter. So whatever, she'll play here. We just want this fight over with. No one wants to fatigue. It's 3, so he's going to slide down there anyway. Does he flip? He does not. So the Goblin actually gets him. So both of these guys score 2 more points of prowess. That means the Goblin has negative 91 or whatever, and she has 2. It's not a huge deal, but you know, the Thief ain't going to get many of these. So she might as well take the couple points where she can. And that's her day. The Warlock probably has to melt, right? I mean, he has to. He does not have... So if something big appeared, like the spider, he might be able to nuke it. He cannot nuke it with what he has. He cannot hit those 2. He only going to get 1 cast anyway. I think he is going to... we should have took the Guide Spider Octopus. He's going to melt into mist to get away, and he's going to end up here to get 4 phases tomorrow. So put his 10 gold down. So let's make sure everybody has cards they need. So he gets Deep Diver instead of Plant Flag, which is pool. Loot the pool. Let's make sure he has what he has. But he has gone to the cliff and he is done. So he does need to get to the mountain and the other whatchamacall. She has... what did she score? Navigator. She scored Navigator, and that's fine. She hasn't popped Native. She needs to get rid of that Natives and move on with that. Only the Warlock has sort of been blanked here. And he's been sort of plagued by these serpents who have dogged him several times. And he can't, I mean, he can kill one of them. He can always do one. That's a long haul, and he might have to do it if he's going to sort of score this cairn point here. So we will have to see what he does here in the coming week. So, I mean, that's week 1. We have done week 1. Pretty cool. What are we doing here? What do we got? We probably will not do the second week on stream, only because it's getting on to midnight. We'll probably play something else a little bit. Maybe record it, but we probably won't do it on stream. So, because I don't want to be at 3 o'clock in the morning. At 3 o'clock in the morning, no one who watches any of this is on. I don't be up till 3, that kind of thing. So, thank you for watching. I'm going to close this up here. Let's save this. So we do the fun here. We got 4 new custom characters, right? They're all acquitting themselves reasonably. I think the Warlock is the only one who's in a little bit of a mess. But that's largely circumstance. And, I mean, he's not injured or damaged or whatever. He just needs to sort of find himself a place, rest up, come in, and he might have to do the really, really clunky thing of coming in with an alerted black chip and then hitting that guy, which you can't do if they're in caves, just because of the way that the action economy works there. So I don't know. We'll end the week there. It's 3-2 to 1-0. So a great score, really, if you think about it. Up in the top right, the Goblin has scored, and the Goblin actually has at least one more point in his back pocket if he can get these curses lifted. The Thief also has a point effectively in her pocket. I think if she can get back to civilization with her 34 gold Eye of the Idol, she can sell that pretty easy, and that'll be good for her. The Barrow Wight. Oh, before we go, the Barrow Wight gets to pick a thing he wants to do because he's cleared the tile. It's clear at the end of the week. And so what the heck's he doing? He gets a freebie here, a free something. He could take a peasant militiaman. He could take 1d6 gold. And the 1d6 gold has a nice little effect that, right, it gets him closer to scoring, largely is what that would do. I don't know if we have... My guess is I don't actually have a peasant militiaman in here. I do not. I think we made it one of these guys, pretty much, like one of these Yutzes. But I will go and look it up. And maybe I'll make a chit before we play again. So I will make a peasant militiaman to put on his sheet there. So I will go. Do I have? I don't have the book sitting here. I usually do. I do not tonight. It's in the dining room. We actually played last night live, which was a little clunky, just because it's slow with a bunch of people and so on. So anyway, that's it. Thank you very much. I saved the game. I will talk to you sometime tomorrow probably, and we will get on to week 2. Have a good night. Thank you for hanging out with me this Sunday night.